Howdy partners, it's your old buddy the Reddit writer. Welcome back to the Reddit Ranch. Come in and sit a spell and listen to the mighty fine tales I gotta tell. Our first story comes from a little lady who wants to know if it's okay to break up with her boyfriend who has a body count of more than 40 women. Ma'am, are y'all sure y'all's in the right place? I mean, I reckon this ain't no true crime channel.
WIBTAH if I break up with my BF of 4+ years over his 40+ body count? I'm 26, and my boyfriend is 28, and we dated for 3 years, broke up for 2 years, and now we are trying to make things work again for the past year or more. We have an insane amount of trust issues due to his infidelity in the past. Things have been hard, but we are doing better than ever. Tonight we had a discussion and he brought up the fact that he had slept with 20+ women in 1 year while we were broken up. Before we dated, he had slept with 20+ women and I thought that was just a phase, but now I am finding out he doubled it since. I am struggling to view him the same. I am almost disgusted by how many women he went through in just 1 year. It makes me question his fidelity going forward, his view on sleeping with women and whether it's just a transaction to him or not. I am worried about his impulse control, and I'm worried that what he acts like when he's single, doing stuff and sleeping with anyone, is a testament to his character and not just some phase. And then on a personal level I am afraid I don't live up to the same intimate history he has and the caliber of woman he can get. This has all made me extremely insecure. He told me to try and figure out if this news changes whether I want to be with him or not and get back to him because he doesn't want to feel judged. I wanted to marry this man, have his kids, all of it. Now I can't even look at him. Will this pass? Or should I just end it?
Well ma'am, I reckon I'm a mite bit confused on why y'all took this sidewinder back after he done stepped out on y'all. I know y'all say you love him, but if he is so okay with messing around on y'all, then I plumb reckon he don't love y'all at all. Some folks just ain't wired to be in a relationship, they want to have a lot of partners, and, well, can't just stick to one person. I think y'all would be wise to dump the cow patty and find someone that is happy just having one mare in his corral. Next we have one that involves a tenderfoot who took a nap in the basement for like 4 hours, while his wife wanted help with their baby.
At AITA, I locked myself in the basement for 4 hours and didn't help my wife with the baby. I'm 30 and my wife is 29, and we have been married for 4 years now. We have a 2-month-old daughter. My wife is a stay-at-home mom, and I work as a software engineer. I work remotely so it hasn't been that awful to split responsibilities. We decided that we would be taking turns this weekend to take time for ourselves. Yesterday, my wife went with her friends for a girls' day out. She said she'd be back by around 8 p.m. and to not wait for her to eat dinner together. At around 8:30 p.m. I called her because she still hadn't come home. She told me her friends were planning to have a sleepover as well and she requested me to take care of our baby tonight. Before I could reply, she hung up on me. The thing is our daughter, Rose, is colic so she doesn't sleep well. We usually take turns taking care of her because she cries a lot, and it is very hard for one person to watch over her. I had to stay up all night yesterday with Rose. My wife came home at 4 a.m. and she was completely drunk. She just passed out on the bed immediately after coming home. At around 8 a.m., I got us fries, nuggets, burgers, and drinks for both of us, a strawberry milkshake and cold coffee for myself, a blueberry soda and espresso for her. At around 9 a.m. my wife woke up and said she felt very sick and asked me if I could take care of Rose for a few more hours so that she could eat breakfast and rest for a little bit. I was exhausted at that point because I hadn't slept all night yesterday but agreed. I was really annoyed with her at that point though because today was supposed to be a break for me and her getting drunk wasn't part of the plan. We both had breakfast and she went back to bed. I was scrolling Insta while waiting for my wife to wake up. At 1 p.m., she hadn't woken up yet and I ended up having to cancel my lunch plans with my friends. I was beyond angry at that point but decided to wait for her to wake up instead of waking her up. she finally woke up at 3 p.m. I handed Rose to my wife and told her I'm going to the basement to watch a movie and take a nap. I also asked her not to disturb me until I came out on my own unless there was an emergency. I made myself a few grilled cheese sandwiches and took the strawberry shake with me to the basement. I set up an air mattress and some pillows, then locked the basement door. Then I watched a few episodes of my favorite show. Ended up falling asleep midway through the show and woke up around 7 p.m. to 40 missed calls from my wife. When I went up to check on her and the baby, she said that I was very irresponsible and rude for leaving her alone with the baby for so long. I got mad and told her at least I didn't get pass out drunk and leave you to take care of a colic baby for more than a day on your own without any sleep. She started crying and told me I was horrible for guilting her like that. AITA?
Hold on a second, partner. Let me see if I got this right. She leaves y'all to care for your colicky younging, for like, what, 24 hours so that she can party with her friends. Then, after she finally wakes up, y'all go down to the basement for like 4 hours, and she has the rock-hard buffalo kahunas to accuse you of being irresponsible. And then gets mad at you for pointing out what she did? No, partner, I reckon y'all ain't a cow patty, and I think y'all's wife owes y'all a bit of an apology. Our next story is about a young lady that really dislikes youngings. And she wonders if that makes her a bad person. Why does she dislike kids so much? Did you get bit by a baby when you were young? Oh. Dogs. That's a reason people don't like dogs. Sorry.
I really dislike kids. AITA. I'm 31, and I'm at the point in life where a lot of friends have kids or are having kids. I will absolutely show my love from a distance. They want toys. Need clothes. Something else that money can buy. You got it. You wanna send me pics of them doing something cute? Yeah, alright. I even have pics of my nieces at my desk at work. This I am comfortable with. However, I am not super comfortable hanging out with them. I do not have that motherly feel where I want to hold and hug every baby that walks by. No, please do not hand me your kid. I will promptly put them down on the nearest soft surface. No, I will absolutely not babysit. And I don't think it's right that if you want to spend time with me, that I need to be subjected to the presence of the kid too. I get so uncomfortable. Why are they always crying? Why are they always sticky? No, thank you. One thing that everyone knows about me is that I don't want kids, never wanted them, and have taken many steps in my life to make sure that I don't have them. If you decided you wanted to have a kid, that's great, but that was your choice. Kids are cool for other people. Just not my thing. Am I the for feeling this way?
No, ma'am, y'all ain't a cow patty. That is y'all's life choice, y'all's decision. Don't let anyone tell y'all otherwise. Some folks just ain't into youngings. But there is one thing to remember, it's a little unrealistic to think that if your friends have kids, that they won't bring them around. Of course, if they do, it is absolutely their responsibility to keep an eye on them, not yours. Our last story for the day comes from a filly that is worried that if she don't plumb sign a legal paper for her ex-husband, it might result in her ex-husband not getting to see his sick pa before his pa passes.
AITA for causing my ex-husband to not see his sick father before he passes. I'm 33, was with my ex-husband, who is 39, for 8 years. He was in the military and about a year into our marriage, he received orders to be relocated overseas. I was nervous, but I have no family, so there really was no reason for me to stay. 2 days before we were due to leave, I found emails between him and his ex, and he had been cheating on me. I no longer had a job or house because I had given them both up to move, and all my worldly possessions were on a boat. My husband begged me to not leave him, so I agreed and moved with him. About 2 years later, I was 8 weeks pregnant when I found out my husband was cheating again and got the woman pregnant. I told him I wanted a divorce and again begged me to at least stay while he finished his work contract. he didn't want to miss our baby being born. He assured me I would still have a ticket home funded by the military when we left. I stayed. I got a job and moved into a very small studio apartment. I ended up losing the baby a few weeks after, which I assume was due to the stress. At this point, I was already locked in a lease for a year and decided to stay until his contract was up. A month before he was due to leave, our divorce finalized. My ex-husband had racked up a lot of debt on useless stuff, and that debt was equally split between us. He was also supposed to begin paying alimony for a period of 18 months. It was at this time I found out I would not have a plane ticket home. My ex-husband has never paid a dime of the alimony. For a little over a year and a half, I have struggled to get my credit back on track after the divorce, and to pay down the debt he left me with, so it doesn't go to collections. I sleep on a bed mat on the floor, barely have any money left over each month after bills to eat with, and I pray every day that my old car doesn't give out because the smallest rivet in my finances will ruin me. I am lonely and tired of being overseas in a country where I can't speak the language. I want to move back to the States but can't afford a plane ticket, let alone deposit and rent for a new place. I make the best of it, but I often wonder what I did wrong in the past to receive this karma. Present day, my ex reached out to me a few days ago asking me to go to a notary and have a paper signed. His lawyer sent it over and it is a financial document asking me to forgive the nearly $9,000 in alimony that he owes me. The reason he is asking me to do this is because he says he now has a warrant for his arrest and has lost his passport due to the balance he owes. He says he is only asking me because his father lives overseas and is sick and he needs to go see him. If I don't sign the paper, he won't get his passport back until he pays the bill. I could really use the money, but I also don't want to be spiteful because of how much he hurt me. So Reddit, am I the AH if I don't sign the paper and possibly cause my ex to never see his sick father again before he dies?
First off, ma'am, I'm so sorry about the loss of your child, that is truly heartbreaking. And no, you're not the cow patty in this story. As for your ex-husband, well, sometimes, calling someone a cow patty isn't an insult, it's just an accurate description. You don't owe that snake a thing. Anything that is happening to him now, well, I reckon is his fault anyhow. But y'all know what, I thought joining the military was supposed to make a man out of you. Well, I plumb reckon in his case they didn't do their job. Well, I plumb reckon that's all the time we got today, but if y'all like this here video then please, hit like and subscribe, it'll really make this old cowpoke smile. And if y'all got anything to say, then feel free to tell me what's on your mind down in the comments. Until y'all come back to the Reddit Ranch. Adios.